Good morning and welcome once again to Daybreak Africa from our studio in Ondo State, the sunshine state of the nation. It's a beautiful morning, Friday morning to be very specific. My name is Ikhonede Joshua Adeji.
My name is Joshua Atolagbe.
All right, welcome back to the show. If you just joined us, it's still Daybreak Africa, and it's time to go straight to our discuss for today. Today, aside from what we've been doing for the past few weeks, we are going to be, appreciating creativity to a very large extent. And yes, with us in the studio is an artist, someone who very pretty, coming from our Korea, actually, and wants to share her creativity with us. We'll get to enjoy her creativity, enjoy her artistry. She's a gospel artist, one who is very excellent at that. We know gospel artistry is one of the most trending things in Nigeria right now, thanks to a lot of factors, even the TikTok factor. Everybody's doing the no challenge now, TikTok and all that. But then there's another gospel artist which we believe is going to trend soon. Watch this space actually, and we are very glad to actually have her, and be the first people here to interview her here on KAFTAN television. And yes, in the person of Oluwatosin Kayode, also known as Morire. Welcome to the show.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
It's nice having you actually today on Daybreak Africa. And
it's nice meeting you too.
Yeah, it's nice meeting. And I'm liking the old trend, the whole, even the face on the cloth and all those kind of things.
Having a gospel artist in the studio this morning, the atmosphere is going to,
spiritual, have you?
That's when you shout hallelujah.
Hallelujah. That's why your glasses are sunglasses.
Connected.
You are connected in spirit.
Yes, we are connected. Yes, I can see that.
Is that the connection at first too late?
Oh, I do have glasses.
Please get you.
I will get mine soon, though.
Okay.
I will get mine soon. All glasses are recommended. Mine will be recommended for fashion, so. Because I know my eyes have to be as clear as till I'm 90. That's the deal, actually. But then, I was asking a question before we started actually the show, and I was saying, is it that all gospel artists nowadays just get their stage name from their songs, or how does it come about? So maybe you should take us through that journey. How did you arrive at Morire in the actual sense?
Okay, actually I didn't pick that myself. I did not choose to be called Morire, though people used to call me angelic voices before, but now I can say people knows me as Morire. So if anybody introduces me now as angelic voices, people might not understand they are talking about Oluwatosin. But if you say Morire now, they will know. And people pick it from my single, from one of my songs. I named that song Morire. So when they hear it, listen to it, people just start calling me Morire. So I didn't pick it myself.
So the people picks the name?
Yes. Yes.
It's a good thing.
It was very funny. I did my concert like 2 weeks or 3 weeks ago. That concert was tagged in Missy. And people just started calling me Missy again. I was like, wow, what is this? I can't change from Morire to Missy again, so you people have to stay on that. So that is how the name just came up.
So Missy, please wait. Let's leave Morire.
Let's Morire.
Right, that boils down to the way you, like the popular saying, the way you dress, that's how you be addressed. So what you do, that's what people will attribute to you.
Exactly.
So do good.
So for how many years now have you been doing music, majorly?
Let me say, from when I was small, young, but I discovered myself, let's say 15 years ago.
15 years?
Yes, if not more than.
If not more than.
Well, yes, let me just say 15 years.
What was the difference with when you discovered music small, then discovered yourself in music later?
Okay.
What was it like in that journey itself?
Okay, let me say, when I was small, people discovered me. I didn't believe in myself. I don't know that thing is there. I mean the talent. Then we were small children, let me say children class in church, singing, other stuff. When we want to lead or sing in the church, main church, so then I will be the one to lead. So parents do say, and this guy is singing, and she's trying, even our choir master then, he was forced to go and meet our pastor that, okay, let's just take this girl from the children's church to the main church, because I can see she's talented. Let's help her, let's encourage that gift. Though I don't know, I just hold mic and sing. Then I don't know that it's special. I believe it's what everyone can do. So then I started the choirs little until I finished my secondary school. Then when I finished my secondary school, I had to change a location leave my parents to live with my auntie, all those stuff. So I joined the choir then too. Yes, that year. So people were saying, this girl can sing. Oh. I will follow my church choir to another church to attend, to honor their invitation. Maybe choir should come and
choir's invitation and all that. Yeah.
So I will be the one to lead the choir, sing like that. So I discovered those church, the next time they want to invite us, they will invite the church and invite me personally.
Aside?
Yes, aside.
So you have a special number for
exactly. So that was when I was like, what's really going on? And when I started that, people started coming to me, can I join your band? I was even the one telling them, I don't have a band, but I can see they believe in me and I see the love, all those stuff. So I just decided, okay, let me just follow the lead, and thank God. God has been faithful since then.
So ever since that day that you now discovered, okay, fine, this is it.
Okay, let's do it.
Let's do it. What was the next thing? Straight up.
Hey, attending programs. Yes, I do attend I do honor invitations, church invitations, other stuff. I go there. Then there was a program then that I attended. And my producer is still the one producing me right still. So he said, and this guy, you can do something in the studio. Studio. The phobia was in studio, hearing that for the first time. So I told him, studio. He said, yes, you can try something. So I followed him down to his studio that year. So we tried, I composed that particular song that day because I didn't plan it.
Okay, you didn't plan?
I didn't
so you just composed on the spot?
I was like, okay, he said, go to the studio and do something. And I just composed that song. So after everything, I see the way they were mixing. I now see, before I was like, they go to the studio. Even my child asked her daddy one question like 2 or 3 days ago, that daddy, this chorus we are here in the album, are they choir? How many people sang it, all those stuff. So me too, I was seeing that for the first time. I did the vocal and I was still the one doing
the backup.
Yes,
Yeah,
I was
the interchange.
So when that, and I do that and I listen to it, I say, wow, definitely God want me to. So I told you I was not serious about that single or stuff. Yeah. But let me say, when I played that single to some people, how they embrace it, when they listen to it, the way they feel, all those stuff. So I was like, wow, definitely God wants me to bring out something from this gift. Then I believe that there is gift. Let me what's it called?
Brush it up a bit.
Brush it up, package it, bring out something.
So for the past 15 years you've been doing music, let's just say. So can you share your memorable moment or experience from your career so far so good?
Memorable moment. Actually, I always have a memorable moment. What I mean by that is, anytime I go to church, I sing, the outcome of that ministration, how people feel about the ministration, anytime I see that, I am always happy. So, but let me say, to answer your question straight, the memorable moment is when I sang and I was gifted a car.
Wow,
that's beautiful.
Hey, yes. Jesus,
that's
Father.
The most memorable.
I have been singing since 1996. I sang out of the womb.
My goodness.
No, you see, even my crying was musical.
Oh my goodness.
Father!
your car is coming.
Where is my car?
Your car is coming.
On the way.
Wow. So gifted the car. Wow.
Yes. So that's the most memorable day.
Oh, let me ask this question. I think this is the most trickish of questions I've always asked, not just people in artistry, even people in ministry. I do ask them this: what does success mean to you? Personally, if they ask you maybe after 30 years, 40 years of your career or your ministry or anything you're doing, what is success to you? So let me just ask that question. Like, at what point do you feel I'm successful? I'm sorry, I'm supposed to have put this question way later, but I'm putting it early. Let's just do it early. Let's just be spontaneous with it a bit.
Okay. Okay. Let me answer that back to my career, not other side.
Okay.
When I know I am successful in my career, though we are still praying, I am not there already.
Yeah, definitely.
I still want to go.
Yeah,
yes. But when I know I am successful in my career, it's when I am seeing people blessed under my ministration. When I am not singing just for enjoyment and entertainment. When my nonsense is making out sense. So that is when I believe I am successful. And I believe I am successful because when it's a time to go into marriage, God gifted me a musician too.
Wow.
So I don't have any problem that, okay, some people have problem in marriage when they sing. Women, the divorce in gospel music or stuff, it's based on, let me say, jealous or something like that. Jealousy, if your husband does not understand you. But when I married a musician, that is another side that I discovered that I am successful. So, and when like he said my memorable day then, when I was gifted a car, though that's not the end.
The end is not
but it's the starting point.
Yes.
At some extent, I say, oh wow, it's a huge success too. So, let me just say that.
And I even like the fact we even talked about marriage, the fact that you married a musician, multiple musicians, they lose, they divorce because of, you were even saying that husbands that don't understand the wives. What about the wives that don't understand the husbands?
No, what I always say when getting married is, marry your partner that has the same niche with you. That's the bond. It's great bond.
Exactly.
Like,
exactly.
I'm even wondering about how it is at home, Seth. Your husband doesn't sing or play instrument. Both. Wow. You see,
that's the combo.
Men used to take 2 steps ahead. Like, men will do this and still do that. That's how it's supposed to be. Women will just stay on. Men will still do this and still. I don't know. Now, how does it look like?
Say that. Women do it too.
You play instruments too?
No, I don't play instruments.
But if you want to play musical instruments, which would you have loved to play? If you want to play musical instruments? Keyboard. Why does everybody like the keyboard?
I like it. It brings more inspiration when you are composing.
Oh, I like guitar.
So if you can play keyboard now, even if you can play guitar and play it now, I can easily compose.
Oh, you can easily compose. So you compose by, okay, we'll get there.
Okay.
But I was just trying to talk about the fact that I wonder how those kids they will be like morning devotion in the morning. That is vocalizing. Mom is vocalizing.
With the children.
Couple with the children. That definitely a daughter or a son or both.
I have 3.
3. Yes. Legend. So that's combo of all of them.
Yes.
Which of them sings among
all?
So that's why I said in the morning devotion, coupled with the children. Everybody will have their own part. You are taking trouble. You are taking something.
Even my first child have a single already.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow.
So
that's building generation.
So let me say that's another success.
You see, this is generational wealth.
Yeah.
This is how you create generational wealth. Can you learn? You are, okay,
I'm learning.
Maybe the single one, yeah.
I'm learning.
You can see that. Me, I'm married.
Okay.
I have a daughter already. Okay. And you must sing.
No, you don't have to.
No, this one has no option. She has no option. There are 2 careers for every child now that I've already planned personally for myself. Okay. It's either you are playing football as a man or you are singing as a woman. You don't have any option. You can do other professional things, but those ones you need to have it as a skill because
you like music.
they met it at home, so it's the whole thing. But let me start a bit back to history. Growing up, when you discovered this, let's start from parents. How was your parents' disposition to you deciding that you wanted to go into music?
Let me say, then my mother was so supportive. Yes, she believes in me. Yes, because even before I finished from my school, we had an agreement. She said, if you are not performing well in your school, then I will stop the career.
Oh.
But if you are performing well, after the semester, I see the result is encouraging, then you are free. So then I have 2 targets.
Pass in school?
Reading and going out. Because at times I will have to leave school, though not affecting my studies. Because I do go for show too. Burial, weddings, birthday. So when I was in school, I go out for that too. So she was so supportive though. My dad was like, no, you are giving out too much. You are doing that, yeah, all those stuff.
And women, we like to multitask.
So you are doing that. Okay, sorry, let me just say that language. He's going out with men. He's doing that with all those stuff.
Who's with this perception? This perception.
It's not really the perception as well, it's the environment. Environment we build it up. Yeah.
Me, I even believe, you know, this thing you said now, like I understand that sphere. Growing, you know, we used to think our dads were like that, but the way we are growing up, we know we will look the same. We are already treading that path already. Because I feel there's this perception they have towards artists generally. Whether you be gospel or you are doing hip-hop or secular, they always believe, so far you are a lady, especially. And the beauty of the guys amidst us, all of us that are guys, they naturally believe that we are womanizers.
Yeah.
Womanizers. They I don't know why they always believe that. Especially if you are doing MC or you are doing that, they believe you have sweet mouth. You always want to toast women and all that. And if you are a lady, they believe you are probably having someone to warm your beds, having someone to, because of the fact that I don't know where we generated that meant. I don't know.
But that mindset.
Truthful lies. But do you ever get, aside that perception now, do you ever get that kind of feeling from people around you, thinking you are involved in such kind of things?
Yes, people think like that. Yes, because I can see so many people advising my mom too. Aside my daddy's opinion, there are some people that do call my mom. This girl you are allowing to go out at night, going for praise night, doing that, doing this. Then I was not with her again. Even when I was with her, I will not go through gates. If I want to go to praise night, she will be the one to tell my brother, you have to follow this girl. You have to go through the fence. So if that gate open last song,
Dad.
So if you want to go, please, I want to go, don't worry, you will go. But promise me, you are going to that praise night to do what? You said you are going to do. Hey, don't follow anybody to anything. Then, my father was a police officer.
Oh.
So it was tough.
Hey,
it was tough. So people think like that because actually it's true. If you don't have yourself, it doesn't mean you are a gospel or you sing hip-hop or you do secular. Doesn't mean. Homes are broken, many. So it's true. If you don't have yourself, you will actually do what is uncalled for.
But it takes a level of boldness to even have capacity to try and woo a gospel artist.
The belief of some gospel artists is that you have to use what you have to get what you need.
Some gospel artists?
Yes, some.
Wow.
Yes, because they believe even God help us. Some pastors are not helping. Yes, there are some pastors, they want you on their bed before they invite you to their church. They will even be telling you that so do it. So do it. So who are you?
So they have track records.
Exactly. So all that. So that is just it. So if you don't have your stand, I am saying it, actually it's not easy. But if you don't have your stand that, okay, this is me. And those pastors actually know those people that are still
balanced.
Yes, that are still okay. They know. And they know you are singing because of what you want to get. They know those people that are singing because of what they want. And they know people that are singing because they want to, let me say, they are doing it for evangelism or stuff like that. They actually know. So if you don't have your stand.
But I want to ask a question, but first let's take a short break actually. So when we take the short break, we'll be back and I will ask my question, because my question is one of the most controversial questions and topics that has been trending actually on the Nigerian musical space, especially the gospel artistry part of it and all that. But then before we get there, we'll take Go Start. And Go Start here, we inspire you, motivate you to do business, motivate you to start with what you have and all that. But when we are back from Go Start, we'll go back straight to our discussion, which definitely this time around, not just discussion, you will get to even enjoy a bit of our history as well. So please stay with us, we'll be right back. All right, welcome back to the show. If just joined us, it's still Daybreak Africa. I hope you enjoyed Go Start. I hope you learned one or two things, and I hope you're going to do something. I beg, please do something with what you've learned from Go Start. Actually, it's going to help you in your business field, in your business world. And yes, with Go Start, you should have learned by now. You can start with whatever you have at the moment. Everybody's trying to do something. Try and double your hustle. I was even about asking about doubling hustles. Do you only do music? Do you have another career you do aside music? Because many times I do tell musical artists, how is it getting money? Money is
The financial aspect.
the financial aspect is really technical.
You only see money when you go for, let me say, burial, wedding, all those stuff. You know, churches like that, if you go, they don't encourage me though. They don't encourage the upcoming. Yeah. But you know, they can give millions for
big artists.
Yes.
And all that.
So if you say you are an artist, you sing, and you want to base on that music, for this country, hunger will wire you. So aside music, I am a businesswoman too.
Wow.
Yes.
What business?
Yes, I sell hair.
Oh.
Anything
women hair and all of that.
Stuff like that.
That's very smart and all that. Because I was about asking one thing that was even very technical and scary before we went on a short break. I remember this conversation. I don't know it. I think it was Femi Lazarus that started that conversation. Then it began to spread around to multiple ministers, especially even some of the ministers that talked about it today. Now they are now involved in music too, now doing the same thing, and how, which has to do with asking for funds from, you know, they said you are not supposed to charge.
Okay.
Before you use the question, you know, we have some churches now that have their instrumentalists being paid after service, and their singers, the choristers, they are not being paid. That dimension, that line. So, and we also have some church workers that they are not being paid, saying they work for God. But also these drummers, they also work for God now. Why do they pay them?
That disparity, you know, that thing. You see that conversation when they started, I just sat down somewhere. I first did. because I thought that you see this one. Wait first, let's calm it down. But then let's even start from her. Okay. Starting from the place of the artist, should you charge as termed a gospel artist?
Let me say, I will answer that question in two ways. The first is gospel artist going to church to minister. Is minister, not sing. So actually normally we are not supposed to charge. I'm collecting this. No. In another way, yes. I have my reasons. Why I said no is that, fine, if they actually know their worth, there is this thing they call honorarium.
Honorarium.
Money offer, honorarium. So you're supposed to know what you should give that artist. When they come, is your program, is not their program. Though they sing for God, that talent is from God. But you see those instrumentalists, they don't know anything about that. It doesn't concern them. That's what they do for a living. So they are expecting money after that administration. Just finish. We are here. We want to. Even some instrumentalists, we ask you what you are giving them before they go.
The agreement before agreement is agreement.
So that is it. So when they are going to church, because for me, if I'm going to church, thank God, if my husband is not playing for me, because he plays gong.
Oh, he plays talking drum.
Yes, talking drum. So if he's not playing for me, if someone else is following me, I will tell you I'm going to church. The way you charge me when I'm going to church is actually different from the way you charge me when I'm going. He went to party. So I actually tell them that. But when we get to church, we discover after ministry, they will say you should lay down started praying for you.
Ha.
Shakrabu, all those stuff.
Eh?
God bless you.
In this economy,
You'll be lifted. Even aside from
That's to put food on your table.
yes, exactly. Aside from you paying instrumentalists, that car you brought to that place, it's
You
actually
fuel it.
yes, you fuel
And it's
it.
Tinubu's economy.
Yes.
One
So
thousand.
that artist already spent his or her money. So at least if you are not giving her much, if she's not charging you, Daddy give me 200,000, Daddy give me thousands, or give me something. If you want to, even if you want God to be happy with you, you should bless that her talent too.
Yeah.
You should have something to give her. So that is why. But when I said yes, it's good to charge. It's because if you don't charge, some people, some prophets, pastors, when they call you, we are having so in our church, please come, send your picture for graphics, all the stuff, and you send it, and you just go to their church. After the service, you will not see that pastor. From his office to his car. And I have attended churches that they will ask me to drop my account number. Yes, it will be my husband that will go to the POS, let me say bank, transfer from his own money to the instrumentalist. We'll fuel the car. Second day, we'll call that church. Hello, I've not sent anything. You've not done. Hey, brother, so do not send the money. Brother, Kinikon will not send the money. Until now, you will not see anything. And you know they have it. There are some churches, they are just coming too. You know they don't have much. So, me, I don't charge. But if you are inviting me, I will ask you, do you have instrumentalist here? If you want me to come with mine, you know money is involved.
Yeah.
But if you have your instrumentalist,
We are good to go.
don't worry, I'll come. But you see, I'm bringing my car, all those stuff, my backups too.
Don't follow.
So just bless us. That's what I will say to them, and I will go. At times I do go alone. Your choir know the song I want to sing. They don't know it. Doesn't matter. I will just come and sing, and I will go. But there are some churches that they have that power. They have the money. They can bless you, because I know those pastors and ministers of God, they cannot go to another church for sermon. They will be expecting something from the church.
They always,
honorarium is very normal.
Some will even ask for the account statement of the ministry.
Exactly.
Bring them over.
So that is it. If what I will say is, if you are a minister of God, gospel minister, song minister, and you want to go to any church, I will just advise, if you are charging, charge like drink responsibly, charge responsibly. Yes. So don't forget that point, that what you're actually going there to do is actually for God too. Yes. So we don't have to charge like big, but because of some pastors that don't really know that right thing, then you should charge them.
I don't even know how they even ordain many into the ministry. And I don't even understand why many even do ministry without understanding the fact that there are some things, because I think there's this pressure by ministers majorly that...
Yes, some things I used to say something. If you can invite an outsider to come and sing in your church and you pay them, big money.
Huge one.
Huge one. Your choirs, that they do plenty rehearsals. At times, even if you are not paying them, there are some ways you will appreciate them.
Alright, I always say this. I remember when I was on campus, that was some years ago, my fellowship wanted to do celebrate 20 years anniversary, so they needed an MC to host the red carpet. Then they called us because we attend the same
fellowship,
like brother to brother. So I said, this is what I charge. Say, no, we are brothers. I say, so if you can't pay me for the work I want to do, because actually everybody contributed to the program. To the program, yeah. Each student, everyone, we have a total amount of money we contributed. So there's a particular money that has been fixed for this particular section, MC. And all that, if you are not going to pay, probably we should go to the campus and call all those other artists that are well known on campus. So I know, say, if you can't pay me, I can't do it. So, but your father is a gospel pastor. I say, yeah, your father is the pastor of the church. They will
remember that immediately.
Esma, it's my guy. I collected my money, cash. Even before I started anything, I collected my cash, full payment. So you should always understand that these people also eat with this, they survive with this business they are doing. Aside they are serving God, praising God, this is another source of business to them, because we should always, our church grows. Church is also understand the financial aspect of
those things.
Contributing to
so
that
also
person's life.
use the financial aspect in the church to contribute to the financial aspect of the artist.
Well, I think many would learn that very soon, because not many really knows what ministry entails. Like I was about saying that time that many don't. I see that pressure. That's why I asked the question. I see that pressure by many young artists, young ministers, to always want to do programs. They always want to do programs. There was one I called one day. I said, "Guy, it's not the time for you to do programs. If you want to do programs, go on TikTok, go into a studio, you could do live post and all those kind of things. Because you want to do programs now, you want to call like 30 artists, 40 artists. How much do you want to give them going home and all that? And it's the problem that used to come, because one did that thing for me. That today makes it maybe 8 years or 9 years, and since that day I just told immediately after we left that program, I told my boys, I said, from today onwards, let the person be the greatest of the greatest, even if it's Jesus that invite us. When I get there, at all my transport, I think was there, me need offer.
Yes, now, no man.
At all my transport, because it's very, very important and all that. And but then I discovered he said something earlier. He said, if you don't do much you don't really earn much from the church, but you earn more from when you go to parties and you go to. Now there is this thing. Some people talk about gospel artists. They believe there is this new trend of ministers that comes out now and say, if you are doing gospel, it used to be a trend back in the 2010s. They would tell you, if you are doing gospel, like gospel music, you should not touch anything that has to do with let's call it jolo. Let's call it jolo. And they say that you are in those kind of programs, you are like maybe Yinka Ifele, Jehovah, you are the most high. The next minute, one allergy comes to pay to spray money. I'm like, there's this blend that just comes between those two lines. How do you cope with it? Because normally in parties, not every time is going to be church. In parties, there are days you will be poised to sing maybe songs like "Baby, this your booty." It's a wedding. I have to thread that part,
because you have to connect with your audience.
Connect with my audience. So how do you blend the mighty gospel high spiritual minister and that
audience.
part?
What the
audience needs at that particular point.
Let me say. That's very serious. That's very serious. Well, actually, when you are going out for burial or stuff like that outside, you are going there to perform. You are performing. When you are going to church, you want to go and minister. You are doing it. You see, those songs, they have arranged themselves. You cannot go to church and be singing. And what's this common song now? This common song they sing now. Jackie, you know now.
Jackie.
So, but when you go, exactly. But when you go to bury all the stuff, you will do it too. So there are some people actually that if they want to invite you for their maybe burial, wedding, all the stuff, they will tell you they want complete gospel.
Oh, okay.
Please don't miss it.
Don't mix, yeah.
Yes, but at times when you are doing that, you know, I want more now. Exactly.
Gen X, Gen Z, Gen Alpha.
They will be telling you, do you really want us to spend? What I can't do for them now?
It's to make your money.
Thank you.
It's to make the money.
So if what you are singing at that moment doesn't describe your lifestyle. It doesn't mean what you are singing that moment is what you are doing. One song says, all those stuff. There are some things that you do. There are circumstances. It's circumstances that cause
warrants,
it.
Yeah.
Yes. If you are going to church, you sing differently. That church, you are going there to minister. You want to win a soul for Christ. Then you yourself, you know that this place, anything you do will affect them. Your dancing can affect souls. Yes, the way you look, the way you dress, the way you address people, it can affect them negatively and positively. So But outside there, in burial, anybody that sees you in there, burial, wedding, all those stuff, they know you can sing anything can come up. When I sing for Alpha, that doesn't mean the next thing he will do is buy me a job. No, now I will sing for him, he will pay for my service and leave.
Because music too is an industry as well.
Yes,
So very
it's talent.
It's talent too.
It's talent. Let me say, singing generally is talent. You are the one that wants to divine it. Singing in church and ministering, I want to win souls. But when you are outside there, you know you want to make money. But you shouldn't let that outside affect your lifestyle.
Oh,
So,
you know, I was even about asking something because I think these days I follow Gaze Baba. You know, Gaze Baba a lot. In fact, very interesting guy. And I wanted to even ask him a question. I said, maybe if I say an artist, I'll ask the artist a question actually. I said, can someone be a secular artist, normal, pure secular artist, and still be a gospeler, a good church goer, active choir member in church? It could even be a preacher and just take music as, this is my career. This is the thing I do. Like you talked about the talking drummers, you talked about the instrumentalists. Me, I feel there are even more of musicians. Many of them, to get to that level, vocalists, yes, they themselves spend a lot of money. They do voice trainings. I know about how voice training operates. I think I used to do voice training at the time for people. But people that has to do with instrumentalists, those ones to pay heavily to know those skills. They pay huge sums of money. Now imagine, some even become DJs at the end of the day. Now imagine that maybe someone like Wizkid or Davido finds me somewhere just playing and I like this guy's play. Can you please be a part of my band? I'm going on tour to the United Kingdom and all that. They'll be like, he has backslided. But if I'm a media guy now, or maybe I'm Wizkid's manager, and Wizkid says, okay, I employ you as my manager today, or okay, I employ your firm today to be my official law firm, and all that. You know the amount of money that comes with being the law firm managing Wizkid. The money is huge, oh. That guy will still come to church and do Thanksgiving. The church will say, it's an opportunity. But for the artist, they'll say he has backslided. Now, don't you get people feel someone can be in that line as a secular artist and still be a good church goer, a good Christian and all that, and still shine that light out there? Why is it that in the Christian world is this disparity with secularity and all that, whereas everybody has a secular job?
Let me say the major problem we have now as a Christian is that we do criticize a lot. Yes. At times I do believe it, that because there are some preaching you will hear that some things you are doing in your own mind you are right, but immediately you hear that preaching,
you begin to judge yourself.
I shall not perish like this. Yes. So let me say, I believe to think that, okay, if I'm singing in church and I go for burial, all those stuff like that, it's a sin. But when I discover that even those mama we are looking at the top there, at times they go for burial, they go for wedding.
Well,
yes, they go for naming. Yes, they use this talking drum.
Even birthday shout outs, they are doing it.
Yes, and they are doing it. It doesn't affect their life. See, let's just forget about this person is singing Christian. Let me say we are singing Christian song. If you are singing Christian song, that doesn't mean you are an evangelist. If I'm going for any church, if you want to introduce me and you say evangelist Oluwatosin is here, I will not stand up. You cannot put that heavy load on
someone
me.
Said unnecessarily.
That I'm singing Christian songs doesn't mean I have it all. It doesn't mean I'm perfect. Yes, though some people say when you are singing in church, you are singing Christian songs, it means you are evangelizing. Maybe you are now an evangelist. No, I am still my simple sister Muriri. That sister self is not necessary. You can just use that Muriri alone.
As just camouflage.
Yes. You see that circular. Someone said Shola Alison, she sings circular. All those stuff. But if you invite that mommy or that woman to church, if she ministers to you
once and for all,
you'll be like, this is let me say PA to Jesus.
Extremely angelic.
Yes.
Vocals.
So what she's singing, that thing,
Ambience.
see, preacher can be preaching. If you go to clubs, you see pastors. Yes, they all have their own private life.
Though I know some of those areas.
So that is it. Pastors can be preaching. That thing he's saying is what you need to grab. Use for your own life. Don't look at his own life. At that moment, I can be singing that, don't do this, don't do that, don't do this, don't do that.
And I'm struggling with it too.
Yes. It doesn't mean I'm perfect. If preacher is preaching, he's actually talking to himself. When I'm singing, at times I sing in church. Singing all those normal songs like that. I'll be singing it to people, they will be like, Me, I'll be crying inside. I just say something and I am doing it too. When you see me say, Jesus, it means my own don't eat me.
Yeah.
Yes, that moment you are singing, you are preaching, believe it's not you that is saying all that. It's not what you rehearse. At times, what I rehearse is not what I will sing when I get there. So believe that it's God that is talking to everybody there, including you.
Me, myself, very involved.
So if you see me outside going to sing in burial or those stuff, where you don't supposed to see me is clubbing, where any of those stuff. There are some people that are meant to do that. They know them as their work.
That's their.
Gospel musician. What are you doing in a club?
You want to win souls.
So all those stuff.
He definitely wants to win souls, actually. Jesus to attend party now. You can't keep me.
So that's
it. To turn water to wine.
Na party now, actually.
So we all sing secular. Everybody
does.
When you are in church, you sing Christian songs. That doesn't mean you are an assistant to Jesus. When I'm singing in your church and it's heavy, that big word is inside, that doesn't mean I'm perfect. If you see me outside in a burial or stuff, or you see me, I said, wearing trouser is no good, or this, you now see me wearing the same trouser, you will now be condemning me that, why will she wear trouser? No, that is lifestyle on its own. You cannot judge by that. Okay, I have said it. You just check your life. And she said it. Is it true? Okay, let me just stop wearing trousers. I don't condemn people wearing it though.
I don't even condemn anybody
wearing it. I don't condemn
anything.
people using earrings.
I recently saw a pastor on bomb shot, so.
So that is it.
Yeah, gradually we are crescendoing actually to the program. So we just need two more things from you. One, let me just ask you this before we get there, because we are getting to a point where we just want to hear something from you actually. But before we hear something from you, are there artists you look up to in the industry? Who are the ones you really look up to in the industry that you feel, I want to feature this person soon, I look up to this person as my mentor? Or let's do it like, okay, your mentor, your role model, artist you want to feature. Artist I want to feature.
Okay. Let me answer that last one. The artist I will love
to feature.
Let me say my husband.
You could feature him any day, anytime now.
You feature mostly every day.
You feature almost every day. Every day.
Okay. And there is this sister that I would love to feature if I want to feature anybody. Unique Praise.
Unique Praise.
Yes.
Oh, wow.
There before she was doing
I know her very well.
Yes.
Very well, Unique Praise.
Yes.
Yeah, I know Unique Praise very, very well.
Yes.
Wow.
So to role model and what do you call
mentor.
it again? Mentor. If it will not be a sin to say I don't have, I look only up to God.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
You're the first person I know that does. I think one of the first few is for everybody. You could even hear a gospel artist say Whiskey is his mentor. I'm like, God. Where? How did that connect?
How?
It's just like a girl that wants to be a doctor that says Tolani Badge is a role model.
How?
You be a doctor, boys.
No. You have to be yourself.
But it's great. It's
you
great.
have to be yourself. Though you appreciate those people you are seeing.
You are seeing at the top.
Yes. I like what she's doing. I like this. I like that. It's normal. But you don't. No.
So let me add this before we
just take the song here.
Okay. So what advice would you give to aspiring gospel artists?
Okay, let me just say this to all of us. Let me say all of us, because me too, I'm still praying.
I'm aspiring. Maybe one of these days, I might think of it.
Don't rush. Don't rush. If you don't rush, that doesn't mean you're sleeping. Continue. You said something when we were about to start this program. You said something about consistent. What do you
Consistency.
Yes. Don't rush. That thing you know how to do, be doing it.
Slow and steady.
Yes, be doing it. People are looking at you. It might seem you are not making it now. It might seem the person that gifted me a car, I never thought that person would give me a car. He's not even a strong believer like that. Yes, it's someone that believes go and walk. This is Agbe, I'll be begging. Singing is begging. Someone that believes in that. But for someone to look like that and say, there is future in what you are doing. What can I do to help this career? You have your own right to be more better. So I've seen a lot of cheating everywhere. People condemning me to my face. Yes, you'll be invited to church. At the end of the day, you will not minister. Because another named minister entered. So you have to just...
No, their thrones, their names.
They will not even introduce you at all. They will not even introduce you at all.
Wow.
So please, don't just rush. Oh, and let me say this in Yoruba. Only Yalono kan ri mi. Wọ́n ti need any.
Oh.
If they need you, they will look for you.
They will look for route for you.
Where is she? Where is he?
So if you are not yet there, they will.
So that is it. If you rush, people will push you to what you don't want to do, what you shouldn't do. So that is just it.
All right. Thanks for the advice. Actually, we just have 3 minutes to spend here.
Okay.
So please, I want to just take something we've been hearing from you all through the music thing. Now let us see the musician herself. Give us just something for the next 2 minutes, and let's see how beautiful it is.
Probably if I can dance.
Dance.
I have my dancing shoes.
Keep dancing. So let's start.
Okay. Let me see. Bambola bola, erekere, ewe ni tin sare ọ̀run tin sùn o. Ewe ni tin sare ọ̀run tin rìn o. Ṣé kò tó ayé rẹ̀ tó gbà lọ́wọ́ Jésù kó dá padà o. Àsìkò mà ti ń tó, aago ti ń lọ lórí rẹ̀. Ilẹ̀ ti ń ṣú, ilẹ̀ tó lọ. Ilẹ̀ ti ń ṣú, ilẹ̀ ò tún gbọ̀dún mọ́ wá síbí mọ́. Gbogbo èyí tá ń ṣe yé ṣó ń sọ tọ̀run ni. Àbílẹ̀ ayé èyí kọ́ asán ni ọ̀rẹ́ mi o. Wálé, 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 aago ti ń lọ lórí rẹ̀.
Wow.
That's inspiring.
Very inspiring, actually. I was hearing the minor key. I was like, oh, minor, diminution.
Okay.
Oh, wow. You for dance now? So you want dance before?
The words of the song.
You too.
Okay. I'm sure you should do the one you dance to.
No, I'm filled now.
You are okay.
No, that's what I'm saying. He needs it. He needs it. Wale, my brother, come home.
I'll only after this program.
It's very, very important. Thanks so much for being a part of this. Oluwatosin, Kayode, for being in fact, it's very inspiring. It was a beautiful discussion and all that in the studio and everything. And I like the old music. I like the Wale part of it, actually. I wish I could just sing with you, but God does help this guy.
Which guy?
Just help me. Just help me. It's nice. I would have loved to see the family, but then that would be another time entirely and all that. But then, thanks so much once again for being a part of Daybreak Africa. I really appreciate the segment with you. It's time to, go to the top 10 songs. Actually, I think Esther is there for you, the new package for the day. But after that, we'll come back on Daybreak Africa. We'll say our conclusions. But it's just be the two of us actually, so definitely we'll say our conclusions and all that. So please stay with us. We'll be right back. Thanks much, guys. All right, welcome back. I hope you enjoy the sports, the package also will give you for the Fridays. I hope you enjoyed every segment of Friday. I did enjoy the discussion, especially with Morire and all that, yeah, and everything. The pretty young lady and all that.
Especially the last segment where she sang the song.
Yeah,
I was touched, you know.
Touched and all that. But then one of the, so she said too many things today that kind of disheartening actually, especially when we began to talk about some things that is going on in the gospel phase. I used to think that it's only in the hip hop world.
No, everything that happens in the hip hop world happens everywhere. Just that we only know the one we heard. There are some things happening on that we don't even know till we heard.
And some people are actually putting their names and calling themselves men of God, but these are terrible.
I'll just advise people out there that don't take your mentor. If you want to have a spiritual mentor, your spiritual mentor should be your Bible. Connect with your Holy Spirit with your Bible. You are good.
You can even have mentors actually, but even Jesus himself gave us a prescription. He said, by their fruits you shall know them. So seek for fruits more than you do all that. But then I feel music is an art in itself. So whether you're a gospel artist or a secular artist, I believe you are just expressing. And aside from expressing, you can still maintain deep spirituality.
And the entertainment part of it.
And the entertainment part of it, you know, whether across any divide that you find yourself and all that. I know many secular artists that are even way more spiritually inclined than many gospel artists. And I know many gospel artists that are extremely more terrible than even the worldly ones we talk about. But then it's just the way society is actually. We keep appreciating creativity, we keep enjoying things. And we'll meet again on Daybreak Africa next time on Monday, specifically actually. My name still remains Ikhonede Joshua Adeji.
Thanks for joining us today on Daybreak Africa. My name is Joshua Atolagbe.
Bye guys, enjoy the weekend.
Bye.